Hi, this is Josh Henrich here, filling in for Dobbs Davis at the Chicago Windy City Match Race 2008. We have in the finals here Heartbreaker versus Convexity, and in our pennant round we have Gravitas and Flash Gordon. We have a dying breeze out of the northeast, and we hope to get some racing in today, so let's check it out. With 2 minutes 30 seconds roughly to the start, Gravitas is obviously in a leading position, forcing Flash to tack off as they escape onto port. Gravitas follows. Gravitas has a commanding start over Flash. Flash is already in dirty air. They'll have to tack out immediately after the start to get some clear air. And in our second start today, we have Heartbreaker and Convexity entering. Heartbreaker's got Convexity in a great location, able to throw it up, essentially stop Convexity for some head to wind right at the boat, leaving Convexity very little room to wiggle with. Convexity keeps trying to press it down, trying to get the bow underneath Heartbreaker, hoping to get a hook before the start. Flash is driving over and Gravitas is following suit, essentially staying in between Flash and the next mark. Heartbreaker and Convexity. Heartbreaker and Convexity both split at the start. Convexity starting at the boat, going to the right side of the course. Heartbreaker going left. Heartbreaker just barely crosses after splitting the entire leg. Heartbreaker has approximately a 1.5 boat length lead from the start. Convexity follows suit. Flash and Gravitas sailing upwind. Gravitas is ahead of Flash at the moment, as we have the two match racing courses interengaging, essentially a few boat lengths apart. Convexity jibed over. Heartbreaker jibed over to lead, staying in between Convexity and the next mark. Clearly ahead. Convexity is showing signs of a little more breeze. As we're approaching the first leeward mark, we have Heartbreaker ahead of Convexity, approximately by slightly less than a boat length and a half. Convexity is obviously gained on this downwind leg. Second downwind leg, we have Gravitas and Flash. Flash is ahead and above Gravitas. Gravitas is holding tightly on the inside. Convexity seems to gain a little bit, working on the right side of the course, coming in with the starboard advantage as they approach. Heartbreaker ducks down below, obviously sailing below the weather mark. Convexity is able to tack on top of Heartbreaker. With our conclusion of the first race, we have Gravitas beating Flash, and in the finals we have Convexity beating Heartbreaker. And at this moment we have a game of patience. Flash is trying to back down, make a turn to the right, get onto port, get underneath Gravitas. Flash is engaging Gravitas over on the starboard lay line to the starting line. Gravitas is following suit, chasing Flash. Flash is tacking over onto starboard. "15 seconds before the start. Clean start. Roughly 1 minute to the start, we have Convexity leading out towards the pin. Turning up hard, Heartbreaker follows suit, it's turning up inside. Convexity clear ahead of Heartbreaker in a controlling situation. Heartbreaker following. Heartbreaker's trying to establish an overlap. Convexity hangs on to their position as clear ahead. Heartbreaker forces Convexity to tack off at the start. We have a penalty on Convexity. "15 seconds to the start. Convexity assesses the penalty. Heartbreaker still chasing him down. After the first start, Convexity escaping off to the right, Heartbreaker off to the left. Convexity was able to gain a slight lead and able to tack and face Heartbreaker, forcing Heartbreaker to tack off. As we see here again, Convexity able to tack on Heartbreaker, controlling their win. Weather mark rounding, we have Convexity approximately a boat length ahead of Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker taking an initial jibe off. Convexity will have to follow suit as they're driving deep with the kite. And then we have Convexity following Heartbreaker back into the center as they aim to cover. To clear air, Convexity has to head up and intergauge. Heartbreaker has to follow suit, being the weather boat. Convexity tacks to cover. Question is, when will Convexity do